Hey everybody, welcome back to the LoFi podcast. You're listening to the best podcast on the internet because it's got Rick and it's got Caleb. And I'm your host, Frank. Yay! I'm the heel. I guess I gotta act like one now, right? Just start throwing chairs and pulling referee legs. You never watch wrestling, Caleb?
I thought you were talking about soccer.
No, man, wrestling. Wrestling.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what a heel is.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
You know what a face is?
Yeah.
You know what a work is? What a workaround?
No, I don't know that.
I don't know. It's probably I'm just making up stuff.
Making up stuff. Liar. That's why we don't like him.
Damn, that's what I got.
That's why we don't like him.
What's going on, guys? It's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, it's true.
Lots
A
happened.
lot of shows came and went. We didn't even get to talk about.
There's been no headlines. I know that's for sure.
Or has there been, Caleb?
That's right. I can think of one right now.
Oh.
Are we getting into it?
We're getting into it?
Yeah.
You want
We're just doing headlines!
Robert Pattinson, the test footage part.
Oh yeah, that was in my headline notes.
What did you think about that?
It's kind of one of those like, oh okay.
What do you think of the look there? To me, it looked a really thin Batman.
Yeah.
Looks a little
I see
messy.
that.
What's a thin symbol?
Isn't that what they were trying to do with Christian Bale's Batman? They were trying to make him also thinner, like he was he bulked up for the first one, right?
But he looked more fit.
Yeah.
I would say Robert Pattinson in the suit, just from the small test footage.
Yeah,
he looked a little thin.
Also surprising.
That's a thin Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprising they didn't show the ears. So that was an
They did
interesting
not
choice.
show the ears or the length of them or anything.
What do you think of the symbol on the chest?
It's okay.
I read somewhere that was supposed to be the gun that killed his parents.
Yeah,
they
I don't know where they.
I'm not sure if that's canon or confirmed, but it did kind of look like a gun.
I mean, when I saw the jawline, I was like, okay, that looks like a Keaton kind of
a
jawline,
Batman.
a little bit, just hardcore, you know.
Again, all we saw was this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
That's true.
it's kind of hard to say too much on it.
What I would like from this Batman is more of a detective.
That's what the director said. He was like, I want to make it more of a detective story.
Well,
Interesting.
Well, so
That's why the Batman games were so good, because you're using more detective stuff
'cause,
sometimes on the crime scenes and everything.
I can't really see Robert Pattinson just beating the out of people badly, like Batman does, right? Because you think Batman's a fucking built dude, right?
Like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
What a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
He was such a good Batman.
Dude, he was
For the
such
two
a
movies we
good
him.
Batman, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Frank. He
I liked
such
him.
a good Batman, dude.
I liked him, dude.
He was.
He's okay.
I mean, they made him
He
too
was
mopey.
the bomb as Batman.
They made him a little
bro.
too mopey in Batman v Superman. Then they kind of made him
Yeah.
a little too friendly in Justice League.
But he looked the part, and you.
Yeah, he did. He looked the part so
even
well.
like that, you could see the potential, dude.
Yeah.
You could see that.
You could see it.
You could see he's
You could
Bruce
see
Wayne.
it. I could
and
see that
he's
you could
Batman.
see it.
And this is what I'm saying about Robert Pattinson is I don't know if I can see him as Bruce Wayne. I can see him as a detective Batman because it's just a suit and he's going around doing shit.
Yeah.
And have they casted Alfred?
No, but they called.
No.
They have Commissioner
Isn't
Gordon.
it, Jeremy Irons, no?
I don't think so.
Or am I thinking of something else?
Talk about.
I could have sworn.
No.
Throwing shit out there.
No. Or did he do something
Anthony
else?
Hopkins.
Right?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins gonna be
Alfred?
Scarecrow?
No. Commissioner Gordon is I forget his name, but the guy from Westworld, the black guy.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
God, I forgot his name.
But he's cool. I really like him. I was like, what a cool choice
Yeah.
for Commissioner Gordon. I really like him.
Hey, the
What?
Oscars.
Yeah.
Were also this
Past Sunday.
Yeah, this past Sunday actually.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's true.
Should have had a list of your wins.
Well, we didn't make a podcast, so
Well, we gotta.
It's to somebody.
We have apps for that, don't
What do you mean? You didn't write down any of the winners?
oh, was I supposed to? I know the big winner.
You're the headline guy.
Well, you
Joaquin
know,
Phoenix won best.
yeah, I know all the
actor.
main ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor.
Okay.
Obvious. So
I figured you watched
Saw
it.
it
You would
coming.
know the important ones.
I did watch it.
Well, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I knew about Joaquin
I
Phoenix.
didn't watch it.
that was obvious. He won. He made a nice speech. He
Yeah.
mentioned his brother. He cried.
The first time he's actually publicly like talked about him.
Yeah. So that was cool.
I thought that was a wonderful speech.
I also thought really it was cool because he mentioned he was like, I know I wasn't the best person to work with. I was kind of like a douchebag and stuff.
I like that too. He kind of said like, I know I'm hard to work with or whatever. Like, you know, just kind of speaking to, I guess, the way he was before.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting, like too, where he was like, it's good that we give people second chances because that's how they grow and they get better.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this like kind of mentioning like the Me Too movement, kind of like it was a very vague thing how he said it. I was like, it was really weird. But anyways, he won. He had a cool speech. Renee Zellweger won for Judy.
Oh, that's right.
About
for
Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Her speech was so weird. First of all, I couldn't understand a thing she said, and like it was like her speech was like all over the place.
Oh, weird.
I was like, "Geez, Louise, man!" And she didn't move her lips. She's like, "Is it good? Is it all it take to come?" I'm like, "Bro."
Just her scrunchy face.
Yes,
doesn't allow her to enunciate.
And then Brad Pitt won Best Supporting.
Yes, Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
nice.
That's great. We saw it together. Remember?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. He wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
I saw it
Laura Dern won Best Actress.
That's right.
Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, supporting.
Which is Marriage Story, great movie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Then big winner, Parasite won Best Picture.
Man, I want to watch it.
Best Director.
Wow.
Best Foreign Film or Best International Film.
Yeah.
And Best Original Screenplay.
Nice.
The big four.
Those are the ones that matter, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah, I saw Parasite before it came out. Rented it on YouTube. I'm like $5.99.
On YouTube?
Yeah, because you can rent really pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
I rented it on YouTube.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like $5.99. I was like, dude, it's like essentially Blockbuster prices. Like it was like $4.99, $4 for a movie. So like it's the same thing. I get it instantly. So $5.99 is nothing.
But probably not a Blockbuster at its last days. Caleb, Blockbuster's last days was probably like $1 a movie or something.
That's true.
They were trying hard, bro.
Yeah. So saw it. Really good movie.
I haven't seen Parasite.
You should watch it. It's really good.
I hear it's really, really good.
Yeah, don't think of it as like the best movie of all time.
No, yeah.
Because it's kind of like, Best Picture. It's one of all these things.
It's just you
might get really overhyped, so don't get overhyped. That's what I'm saying. Well-made movie. Really good.
If you give the premise,
how
would you put it?
Easy, simple premise. This really poor family starts working for this really rich family, and it starts with like the son. He's like, oh, I know I can translate for your daughter or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, we need a driver as well. And he's like, oh, I know this guy or whatever. But it's his dad, and so they're all the whole poor family is working for the rich family, but they don't know that they're all related.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of conning them in a sense, and so. But I'll just leave it at that because
they're the parasites.
Well, that's
living
the thing.
Off.
It's kind of there's then things happen that I can't tell you about. It gets like, whoa, what's going on?
I think originally when I heard about the movie, I was like, oh, does that have to do with like some kind of virus infection or something?
You know what? I think it's a Better Us.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I think it's a Better Us. You'll see the or not the comparisons, but you'll see the dualities, and I'm like, this is a better version of that.
Interesting. Cool.
So
I
said that, David.
It's a decent movie, right?
Oh yeah, I made fun of him because he said something like, I think it was Birds of Prey. He's like, yeah, it was a decent movie, 8 out of 10. I was like, what? 8 out of 10?
Like, what is this he hasn't seen Rick's ranking system of movies.
I was like, 8 out of 10.
8?
So
it's pretty good.
That's decent.
No, it was decent. That was his word, decent. So
shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Parasite won all the big ones.
Cool.
Jojo Rabbit. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
I really like that movie. Really good.
Taika Waititi.
It comes out tomorrow.
Even that one, I still haven't even seen the trailer for that. What's that? What's the premise? I know it's like comedy, right?
So basically it's like World War II, Nazi. It's about this German kid who really looks up to Hitler and wants to be a Nazi, really bad. And so Hitler is there, played by Taika Waititi. That's his imaginary Hitler. Yeah. So it's his imaginary friend is Hitler.
Yeah.
And so he goes to this boot camp or whatever to be a Nazi, and he ends up getting stuck home, and things happen as the movie progresses. But it's a really good comedy kind of drama. And it's really good.
Like
it's so good.
Satire.
Yeah, it's so fun. Cool. It's good. It's a really good movie overall.
Man. All these Oscar movies that have fallen off the wagon, man, I haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
I've been I'm watching other things.
What have you been watching?
Wait, no, we gotta finish the headlines first.
Oh yeah. So that's the Oscars stuff. Some of these we can fly by really quick, so no need to worry. So one we can fly by, the Stranger Things season 4 trailer. Did you see the teaser trailer?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I saw it was posted.
It confirms something we already knew.
That Hopper's alive.
Hopper's alive.
Oh yeah.
That's all it shows. It's like these
Yeah,
guys.
he shows up and he's like, it still fits. I like that you got what I was doing.
It took me a second. I was like, hey,
it took a little bit, but
I was like, wait, I remember that. But
that wasn't that movie.
that's good.
Yeah, it's like he's working on a railroad and a coat pans up and he's there and he's bald. And he's like, and then he's just like, okay. Like everyone's like, I knew it. Oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's not crazy. It's fine. Yeah. It's cool. Whatever. Yeah. Do you guys like Masters of the Universe?
I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, I watched a lot of it.
You know, Skeletor. There's going to be a new Masters of the Universe on Netflix by Kevin Smith.
Is going to be fucking Skeletor.
That was the headline.
Wow, that's pretty good,
right?
Yeah,
isn't that cool? That's cool.
Who's going to be?
You know who wouldn't do that as you know who wouldn't do that as well, Rick? You know who wouldn't do Skeletor as well as Mark Hamill?
Who?
Troy Baker.
That's right. Get you some.
What's this guy? What's he?
Wait,
was it you? Was it you who was saying like the Joker better? Or was it you who was saying?
I did say I liked his Joker better.
That's what I was like.
I mean, he did that fantastic monologue. His Joker in the games has been really, really good. Yeah. I like them both. I like them both. I just said I
like Mark Hamill, but I do think Troy Baker does.
Oh, so you both agree that he's better?
No, not better.
Oh,
I think Troy Baker did a really good fucking Joker.
Yeah,
but
I don't disagree.
Man, Mark Hamill.
I was just having fun. I didn't really mean that.
Yeah.
Another just quick non-story.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Mulan movie?
Yeah.
Well, the cinematographer came out and said that the main actress did 90% of her own stunts.
Whoa!
And guess what? Don't care.
Slow news week.
I don't, because no Mushu. Why do I care?
No, that's kind of cool though. I mean, like when Brad Pitt was there praising stuntmen, even right, like thanking him. I feel like Quentin, especially, after doing all the stuff he's been doing, especially after Death Proof.
Yeah.
Which was centered around stunt people in general. And then, obviously this movie, Once Upon a Time, more stunt stuff, whatever. I'm maybe giving him that kind of...
Stuntman Mike.
Yeah. Kind of giving him that platform to show what, what those people fucking go through. Mm-hmm. So the fact that, she's doing all this stuff herself or whatever, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you imagine a movie like this, it's going to have battles, it's going to have action scenes and stuff. That's kind of cool.
I'm not excited for this movie.
Well, I feel more respect goes to her for doing her own stuff. That's pretty good.
Okay. Anyways, last movie-ish story. We'll move on to games. Harrison Ford back for Indiana Jones 5.
Oh, I saw that.
I
did see that.
Shooting starts in April.
Yeah.
Are we confirmed Shia LaBeouf?
No. No confirmation of Shia LaBeouf.
I want LaBeouf there. I want crazy LaBeouf there. Just f***ing up that movie.
I hope it's...
How old is Harrison Ford now?
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull 2. I hope that's his title.
He's got to be 60-something?
70, bro.
70 already?
70, almost 80.
He
guarantee
can't really do too much action.
He's
got to use guns.
I think he's going to do less in this film, honestly. I think it's going to be a baton film. Passing it on.
You think so?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they gotta pass it on to
someone else. He's way too old.
That's what they teased for the last one.
No, but the last one he was still Indiana Jones, right? I think he's gonna do even less than the last one because even in the last movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, he was too old. But that movie came out 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So he was too old then. He's definitely too old now. I think it's gonna be definitely more of a baton film. He's gonna be more of a Han Solo.
Like, have you seen
his? He'd be more the mentor role.
Yeah, or Luke Skywalker. There we go.
Okay.
He's usually super grumpy. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen him in interviews with Conan and shit. He's super grumpy all the time. I was like,
funny.
Dude, I don't know how that guy even gets to make movies still because he's super grumpy all the
right?
time. He's so mad. I would not want to work with him, dude.
Yeah,
he
totally.
looks like he's just mad all the time.
I would. It's Han Solo.
No.
Did you see there was a clip online of his interviewer, and he was like, it was during I think the Force Awakens junket, and it was like, hey, he was asking Harrison Ford, he was like, who shot up first, Han Solo or Greedo? And he's like, and Harrison Ford goes, I don't give a shit. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's where he's at right now, man. I'm telling you, dude.
I was like, wow, that's great.
Damn. Gives no fucks.
Fucking class, dude.
Yeah.
That's so good. Well, I mean, before we move on to games, there's other movie stuff that's technically happened.
No Time to Die?
No, but what?
Oh.
What about
Have you heard the Billie Eilish "No Time to Die" song?
No. Is it good?
I heard it. I didn't like it.
Is it slow?
It's
Super slow.
That's the thing. I was like, her doing a Bond song? It's kind of weird.
Only because she's popular. That's it.
Yeah, I think so. I just want to attach a name to it, I guess.
I didn't like it.
I like Billie Eilish's stuff. It's just it doesn't mix with Bond
and
stuff.
the song
That's
for me, I felt like it built like the build was really long, like for the song to start. I guess it was a really long build until you get to chorus. Like it was like super long, like bro.
Yeah.
You should have just used Snake Eater.
Huh?
Like that? Exactly.
Which one?
Snake Eater music?
I don't know what that is.
From Metal Gear? Oh, you never played Metal Gears?
No.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
I know.
And I'm the heel, bro.
I was too busy
I'm
playing
the heel?
Kingdom Hearts.
Super deal.
Play more of that soon. But no, Caleb, I was talking about Sonic the Hedgehog opening
I was in
to the biggest weekend a video game has ever grossed. A video game movie has ever grossed ever.
Yeah, 68
it's
million.
bigger than any video game movie. That's what we're talking about. Mortal Kombat. We're talking about Pikachu,
Annihilation.
Detective Pikachu,
Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario
What
Bros.
is Super Mario Bros.
Dude, Nintendo's got to fucking come back, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess
there was rumors that there was going to be some kind of Mario movie in the works, but also not live action. That it's going to be CG, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, like CG movie stuff or whatever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
like the old cartoons.
Yeah,
like episodes.
I mean, I was thinking, but it's gonna be like a movie. So like a big feature length movie of Mario. It's basically cutscene Mario.
Cutscene Mario.
Giant cutscene
Mario.
So we get a lot of that.
I heard it's really good too, though.
Yeah, I hadn't got out to see it yet.
I don't want to see it still.
What? I'm gonna.
Even after
Bro,
it's gotten such
even
good
after that redesign, I do
received.
it.
Don't care.
It's got Jim Carrey in it.
First of all, I'm like, Sonic is fine. I'm not a big Sonic fan. And secondly, it still looks like a kid's movie.
Sonic.
So I'm like,
hey, take your kid to go see it, man.
he can't go to the movies.
Yeah,
Why
you're
not?
right.
He can't.
Jesus
He'll
Christ,
get
so-
bored.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm like, I don't care.
Go out of your
Not that I'm not like boo movie. I just personally don't care.
Yeah. I get you, man.
That's all. That's all it's me.
Yeah. A couple of quick ones.
Any other movie news you have?
Yeah. Last just bit here.
You stole my Batman one.
Just went in there and stole it. Real quick. So I know we've kind of been a little absent, but Witcher 3 news and stuff had come and gone. The mostly the stuff. I guess this will be game related. So technically, we are transitioning now from movie to games. But since this touches on both, they had reached like peak 100,000 concurrent players at one point, which was like a new all time high for like Witcher stuff in general. But even on top of that, just recently, actually, they showed they had a 554% increase in sales.
Wow.
Yes, just because of the show.
And I almost bought it too because it's on sale right now for like $11.
Like this is the time to do it because it's on sale and stuff. It's pretty good. It's a good game, kid. Should do it.
Well, I had it and then I gave it away.
What do you mean, like physical?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't know why I did it at the time, but I did.
Yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
You have a PS4?
I do have PS4.
Okay. So what you're buying it on? Okay.
I just want to get really silent.
Let's say, all right, Caleb, what you got for video game news?
Okay, so kind of video game / movie news. Not really. Overwatch. There's an Overwatch cartoon series coming out and a Diablo anime series.
Yes, I read about that.
So if you're an Overwatch
I would
fan,
totally watch those. Did we talk to you about watching those Overwatch cinematics? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I saw like half of them.
Yeah, they're good, right?
They're really good.
Really well produced stuff. Really, really good.
And Blizzard's own fucking CGI and storytelling is they're pretty on point, man.
Well, they make a lot of weird moves too, man. Michael Morheim, who was like one of the co-founders of Blizzard, just left not too long ago.
Yeah.
Pardo, I think, is still there, but a lot of like the old guard, is probably mostly gone. All these new changes they've been making the company, a lot of new fuck ups. So let's transition this into the other piece of news I had, which was Warcraft 3.
Dude, it's on my list too.
Reforged came out and was just this abysmal thing, man.
But the weird thing was, it was in 2018. There was this footage. It looks like, it's remastered. There's new cutscenes.
It's like all
the
dynamic,
UI
like
is different. Like it's
stuff.
cinematic. Like even the little, when you click on the character, the little box in the corner is like, "Yes, my lord." Like even that looks super updated and nice. And like the game came out, it was like not that at all.
Basically, just like an HD reskin.
Literally.
Like the game literally just looks the same, just with reskin better character models or whatever.
But you also have female characters too now, no? The hero models, they have like female versions of all the hero models.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, they didn't do enough because people,
it was essentially the same game.
Yeah, essentially the same thing.
But in the trailer was false, literally false advertisement.
I think on top of that, that's like one part of the problem. The other part of the problem is that they rolled this into the old game. So like the Warcraft 3 classic stuff as it exists is gone. It has been replaced with this. So as far as like the mod scene, the campaign creator and stuff like that.
That's right. That's what I had heard too. They removed all of that.
Yeah, it's kind of been obliterated.
What the fuck is the point then, right? Because like the big, I mean, it was like we were excited to get new HD fucking mods, like new footies, new fucking possibly a new Dota, Line Wars, all that other shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, they took it all away.
Well, I think also they're probably now, because something like Dota happened, where they picked up Ice Frog, who was a Blizzard modder.
They don't want to do it again.
Yeah, and they took Dota away, right, or whatever.
Well, look what happens, stupids.
Yeah. So now I think, and I don't know, in some weird attempt, they're trying to like lock that down a little bit and say, no, like whatever you make here belongs to us. This is our IP. We, it doesn't belong to you. Like whatever. I mean, there's that kind of stuff involved, but I don't know if that was done, because stuff like Dota happened or whatever.
I'm sure.
I think there's still maybe some mods or like some of that's still up there. Like Battle.net still exists. It's just like how hankered it is now. Like as far as the functionality and like without a campaign editor and stuff like that. Like what the hell are they doing over there? Like so yeah. Reforged bombed. They started allowing people to get their money back on it as well. And I mean, I think that they did make a comment of that they're going to work on trying to fix it.
They made an apology, and in the first line it says, "We're sorry you didn't get the experience you wanted," or something like that. It's like, bro.
So that was rough, man. That was super rough.
Yeah, freaking Blizzard.
Blizzard.
So also, not a big news deal, but there's about to be Switch airport kiosks. So like you'll go, like if you're going to an airport, there will be a literal kiosk that you can play the Switch and or buy a Switch there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
it's like Nintendo branded, like kiosk.
Yeah, like it's legit, like a legit Switch kiosk, and there'll be like 3 stations. You can just go while you're waiting or whatever, and just play on the Switch.
Man, parents are gonna be so pissed because they're just like, oh God, they're all pissed they have to catch the red eye because their flight was delayed. Their kids go, run off to go play the game, and now all they're doing is. Mom, buy me a Switch, Mom.
Playing the Switch and getting the Corona at the same time, all that fun stuff.
Damn. I mean, they're speaking of the coronavirus stuff. They were saying that the new Switch that's coming out, the what is it, the island version of what's that new game? I'm blanking on that new game.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Animal Crossing New Horizons, like nicely colored Switches. That, like apparently there's gonna be a delay on those a little bit because of that.
They're all infected.
Yeah.
All infected.
Well, I mean, I did read that this was something else where they were saying how if the coronavirus doesn't have a host for more than 24 hours, which if it's on a product that's being shipped overseas, which is more than 24 hours, I mean, you don't have to worry about products. You have to worry about people.
Yeah.
that virus is going to be on people, not products. Fun fact.
That's a good fact. That's a good fun fact.
Save a life, right?
Save a life. Saved a lot of lives today.
Save a lot of lives. The more you know.
The more you know. You just took my other story. I was gonna do the Warcraft 3. I was gonna build up to it.
Bro.
It's
We're
gonna be a
taking
nice
all your
build-up.
stuff. Wait, I'll tell you what, man. We're gonna end it on a good one. We're gonna end it on my a
Marvel's
little good one
first
I
gay
got.
kiss.
What?
I don't know. I wasn't gonna make this a
kiss?
story, but they have us. There's like one of the actors came out for the Eternals, and he's gonna be like, and he said like, oh, it's gonna have Marvel's first gay couple and the kiss. And it was like super. The thing that pissed me off, or not pissed me off, I was like, so stupid.
Yeah.
Was like he was like, oh, it was such a a powerful moment. People were crying on set because it was the first kiss in a Marvel movie. Like,
Oh god, like come on. I'm pretty sure it's not that. I mean, whatever. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. It
not
feels
even-
dumb when they put emphasis. Like just do
Well,
it.
it's like
why?
so forced,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's like
dumb.
you gotta make it such a big deal out of it. Like, bro, like just
It's two straight guys like. So powerful, man.
such a good moment.
It's intense.
Man, they're doing whatever with that Eternals movie, because like none of the characters are the same, and they're all different colors and genders and everything.
Yeah.
So like, I'm guessing like we don't care. No one reads the Eternals, so we're just gonna change everything about it. I was like, all right.
How much you want to bet one of those is going to be Carol Danvers?
Nah,
No.
no.
You think it's going to be Black Knight? It's going to be Jon Snow.
Just knit.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
So last piece of news content here. Doki Doki Literature Club is getting new content.
What?
Yeah.
Sure.
Dan Salvato is working on some new stuff. He hasn't said exactly what, but it is going to be something coming to it. And not in the form of just, I don't know, reskinning things, but they are literally adding things or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So that's
for that
pretty
shit.
cool. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. So we go back to that.
New characters?
Yeah. But that's it. That's the last piece of news.
Yeah.
I guess we can go ahead and hop on over to what you've been watching, playing, doing,
What you
reading.
been playing, popping, doing? Yeah, you mentioned something. You
Oh,
didn't have
me?
time.
I wanted to. Okay, well.
No, you go first.
Okay, well, the thing I've been excited about to finally kind of talk about was Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet, Apple TV Plus's shows just came out recently.
Yeah.
Like literally, I think right on Valentine's Day or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's been something I've been kind of wanting to follow along and see how it was going to turn out because, okay, so there is a lot of stupid, like, nerd comedy stuff out there, right? Like, it's horrible. You'll watch a lot of it. It's just very cringy or it feels forced. And that's what I'm always afraid when someone
Big Bang
tries
Theory.
to... Yeah, a little bit. Yes, right? But it's like... You
Go Floopal!
I think this has the added pressure of like not only being something like that, but you're throwing video games in there and you're showing video game footage because it's basically almost like a workplace comedy in a video game studio, sort of. It doesn't do documentary style, so it's not like The Office or anything like that. But this is being obviously done by Rob McElhenney, Charlie Day, Megan Gans, I believe. And she was a writer on like Community, Modern Family, a bunch of stuff like that. So she's got some writing chops also. But you know, they basically got together with Ubisoft to make like I guess, or to fully realize this like 3D video game thing. Dude, it's pretty good though. So I mean, I've watched the first 3 episodes to Mythic Quest, and I am actually surprised that it came out pretty good, man. Comedy wise, you know, when I'm watching like those dumb shows I was talking about, I'm usually just like, okay, like that's all you get out of me, right? Like, okay, that was kind of funny, but like I was like legit kind of like laughing out loud on some of this stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. The cast is Rob McElhenney, Abed from Community comes out, but Ashley Birch is also there. They got a bunch of cool stuff they're doing there, and I think stuff like that, like shows like that, can fall apart easily because someone like me, especially who knows video game development and how it works and all that, like I think when you're writing stuff like that, it can kind of go bad if you're not writing with like the idea that, hey, this is a a show about video games, like the video game stuff is kind of just secondhand. Like there's just drama, and video games is just like the vessel to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this, they do pay good. It's like they do pay mind to the video game stuff. Like it's done really, really well. Mm-hmm. So I definitely recommend something like that. That's something I've been watching. That's pretty good.
Cool. What have you been watching, Frank?
I also I watched a documentary called "Don't F with Cats."
I've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it?
No, I've seen it. The picture.
No of it.
Oh, okay. Y'all haven't seen it though.
No.
It's called
I know what it's about.
Hunting an Internet Killer. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Essentially, the premise is this person was basically killing cats and posting them on YouTube and stuff. Taping one up to a pole and drowning them in the tub type stuff, like just real messed up stuff like that. I think one time too they put them in a vacuum bag, just really messed up things. And it was pissing off people.
Yeah.
And so these two, these people form a Facebook group to try to find this guy and locate him. And I think it's like a 4-part series. It does take a turn in the middle. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, I know essentially the turn.
Yeah, essentially the turn is just he eventually graduates and not just killing cats, he kills people. And the cops, because he's doing this stuff in different states and different countries even, it's hard for them to, work together. And, it's like the Zodiac, basically, right? There is a really, really cool twist to all of this at the very end that actually pays off, because a lot of the stuff that's happening during, it's all leading up to something. This guy had an idea and he did it. And it's so crazy the fact that he pulled it off. I'd say it's definitely worth watching, especially if you love films, because this documentary is definitely a dude paying homage to a lot of that stuff. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the other thing I watched. Oh, wait. I watched one more thing.
Okay.
Right? Because our last episode was a Christmas episode.
It was.
Y'all gave me a lot of shit for recommending Klaus. You probably don't remember.
Yeah, dude. You liked it, right?
Yeah, it was good. Did you watch Klaus or no?
No, I didn't get a chance.
It came out in
nominated
November.
for Best Animated.
Dude, it was really good. The animation was really good. The story's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I almost cried.
Wow.
It's really good. It's the story of a postman. This snooty little postman. His dad owns the postal company or whatever. He kind of not giving a crap, right? Like he's supposed to be like a postman in training. He doesn't care. He's like in a tent or whatever. His dad gets after him and sends him to this one place far up north as punishment. And he's like,
"Sounds like a good dad."
Yeah. I mean, even the dad's own guys are like, "Isn't this too much to send him out there?" Well, he needed to establish a post office up there in the north. It says if you don't have 1,000 letters delivered, by in a year, or I forgot what it was.
I'll kill you.
No, he's like, you're cut off. All the family stuff, the whatever, all the royalties, you're not getting anything of it. So he goes out there, and essentially it's almost like a what if, like a different take on like the beginnings of like what Christmas, what started or began the idea of Christmas, of a guy giving, going to all these houses and giving kids presents and stuff like that. So it's a real heartwarming story. It's really good, man.
Cool.
I definitely recommend watching Klaus. If you're in the mood for a good animated Christmas movie.
Cool.
Yeah. That's my last one.
Nice.
What y'all been watching?
I haven't seen a lot of TV shows.
That's not true, Caleb. I go to your Instagram. Oh wait, they're all movies.
Yeah.
Movies you've been watching?
I saw Birds of Prey.
How was it?
It was good. Again, biased opinion.
Okay.
Read the comic, so I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed it. Had fun.
Yeah.
You say true to the comic?
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except they made it rated R, which the comic really kind of, but isn't. So that's the only thing I could say didn't need to be rated R.
Was there nudity?
No.
Sadness.
I think because what's her name, Margot Robbie likes cussing so much, so she's like, I want to be able to cuss in this movie, so she did. So I was like, okay. Speaking of, you know what I did watch?
What?
Like the first episode, and I couldn't take it, was the DC, because I got the DC app, the free trial.
Yeah.
Free trial.
And so I got the free trial, and I was like, hey, I want to check out this Harley Quinn series, whatever. And it's like a rated R.
Is it Harlequin, right, or something like that? Or
yeah, it's literally just Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And so she starts off, and she's like, you mother effers and this and that, bleep, bleep, bleep. I'm like, what the heck? Like, they're really going for the hardcore,
Yeah,
like this is
edgy,
too much.
Like,
just,
we're the edgy
superheroes. Yeah, it feels like way too much. And like, the Joker's there, and like, he takes his face, like he had someone else's face on him.
Yeah.
And then he takes it off, and then like, it comes off, but it's like all bloody, and he's like, hey, look at the face. Hey, I'm like, Jesus, this is like way,
you
like.
think they're doing it for the sake.
Yeah, they're like being like super
value
gory, like, and like she hits somebody with her hammer, like his ankle like breaks in half, and it's like super gory and cussing. I'm like, nah, it's too much. The comic isn't even like this, so nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
that's where I think that's also where, like, if you at least know the comics too, especially you're like, I mean, the comics were good and they didn't need all of this, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, where did you see where they went wrong? Essentially, trying to be all edgy or over the top or whatever.
Yeah, so the cartoon series is not, but the movie's pretty good. Cool. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Ewan McGregor's a cool black mask, different take. So it's fun. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So better than Suicide Squad. I'd say that.
That's what I've been hearing. I mean, but I hear also that box office wise didn't do
super hot, but also like didn't have a big budget either. Like a lot of the comic book films. So that's the only thing too. Is like a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't do so good. It's like, yeah, but it didn't have a $200 budget either.
Yeah.
Or $150. It had like an $80 million budget, and it made like 30 in its first weekend, which is not great. But still, it's like, you know, it's kind of apples and oranges.
I think something like that's more of a problem of, I mean, maybe not too many people knowing what Birds of Prey is, or
even the rated R. Like, I'm sure little girls wanted to see it.
True, and then they can't because it's rated R.
Yeah, so it's like
kind of shot themselves in the foot.
It's kind of a niche audience too. It's not like Deadpool where it's like everyone can enjoy Deadpool. It's a little like Harley Quinn's more niche, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
And so it's weird. It's fun. I liked it.
That's good.
So I saw that. Saw a bunch of Oscar movies. Parasite, 1917.
Yeah, that's right.
You saw The Lighthouse, right?
I haven't seen The Lighthouse.
I want to watch it.
But yeah, so a couple of movies, not too many TV shows. I don't think so. Been trying to watch. I don't have a lot of time to watch TV.
No, I agree, man. We're on the same boat, bro. We're working. We got kids.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
I saw one episode of My Hero episode yesterday.
Oh, dude!
I was like, I got one episode in.
I am totally.
I'm super behind though.
Oh my god! So I literally, there's right now the new one that came out is episode 81. If you're watching, I know the numbers get kind of weird.
That's how I'm watching on Hulu.
Yeah. So. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm watching on Funimation. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So episode 81 came out, but basically the end of the story arc for this season, for season 4, the main arc just finished, and it's kind of like these little episodes that happen after. Is where I'm at, like 79 or 80 or something. But dude, this season of episodes was really, really good. Like, I still think season 3 versus 1 was still like the most fantastic thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, the only problem with that is like once it hit that peak, like it just kind of
and that's
it didn't know what to do for like 2 or 3 episodes, and then just ended. You're like, okay.
But this is still really, really good. Like it's it didn't have me like almost like in tears away that fight did, but it almost did, man. It was still really, really good.
Well, yeah, that whole season was good because it started off with the camp.
Yeah.
And so that was really good, and then it led into that.
Yeah.
So that was a really good season.
And this season, focuses on Overhaul, the Chisaki, the bird nose guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And his whole clan, the Yakuza or whatever. And that stuff was pretty good, man. I actually enjoyed this arc of stuff also. Like, I know that third one, it's going to be hard to top or whatever, but this one was still really, really good. And one thing that show keeps doing for me that I thoroughly enjoy is just like you feel, mostly with stuff you're like, oh, they're the main person. Like nothing's going to happen to any of the characters here because that's what comics, everybody does that. And I just like with this one, because people do die. Yeah. You're always like worried or afraid of. Yeah. Dude, like, oh man, like you do fear for them.
I was telling this to Sarah yesterday because I saw the Red Riot episode where he like
hardens or whatever.
Yeah, hardens or whatever. And like, I'm like, how do they do this to me every single time? Where I'm like, is he gonna make it? Like,
yeah.
happen?
Yes.
Like, and then he like eventually like not spoiler, but you know he overcomes whatever he's going through, and I'm like, yes. Like, how do they do? Like, how do they get me every single time? Like, I'm like,
I don't know how they do it either. I just like I don't like if I was Naruto, I'm like whatever, you know. But
yeah,
I don't
like,
know, with this one,
like I know they're gonna overcome it.
It just with this one, like I don't know, you feel it, man. You feel it more, bro.
Yeah, I feel it. Like mostly anything else, I'm like, yeah, I know they're gonna overcome it, but like every time, like I don't know if they will. And then of course they do, and I'm like, oh yes.
Especially because with the like the episodes like alluding to it, you're like, oh no, this looks bad.
Yeah.
And so you're scared going in or whatever, especially. But yeah, no, I mean that stuff. I don't know what it is they're doing. That they make you feel for those characters, bro. Yeah. I don't understand it. It is really, really good.
It's weird. Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had like 4 episodes in, and then I stopped because I wanted to power. I wanted once it's done.
Right, I'm telling you right now, you could. Right now, you could.
I mean, you told me today, and I was like, "Oh, okay, good." Then
because there's a lot of episodes in.
Emma and I can just power through them.
Then. Yeah.
What episode did you stop at?
I think the 4th one.
Which one's that?
I'm not sure.
Is that the camera guy? He's got all the cameras out of him.
That's like the first episode or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we left off, but
yeah. So. Oh, I think the 4th episode, like he's already at the agency or whatever with that guy.
Yeah.
He's trying to like.
Oh,
audition.
You know what? Just met what's his name? The blondie with the guy who can be in the.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name. Mirio. He
just met him.
Oh okay. And yeah,
that's the episode I had stopped on.
Well, I know
you could.
He meets them like at the end of season 3, but yeah, I mean he starts coming out in season 4, especially.
So it was like around okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's good, y'all.
It's good.
Guys, I really hope you catch up. I want to talk about My Hero with you guys,
good.
man. Yes,
there's a movie coming out at the end of the month.
Yes. Yep.
There's no trailer for it, is there?
I don't know. I haven't looked. It's coming out February 28th, I think, down here or something like that.
So soon.
Yeah, and they're going to be in theaters for a couple of days, but super limited showings. So you definitely have to kind of pick your days and stuff. But I'm definitely going to make my way to go see that. Also, don't see it without seeing this arc, though. Yeah,
because like the last one was kind of with this season.
The other one was kind of in between. You could have watched it and it did.
Yeah,
but I was told that you definitely need to have at least watch this arc to, understand what's happening with this one.
Nice.
Because it's not like Dragon Ball where they just this kind of happens like here, but it's non-canon. This is like no, this happens during this period or whatever.
Hey, did you hear about or did you see Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
I saw reviews and videos of it.
It's the same thing. Like it's the same game. Like
Kakarot.
So I saw it, I was like, dude, this is like the same game as like every other Dragon Ball Z game.
I think what maybe set this one apart was they tried doing open world Dragon Ball Z.
But it's not really open world.
I mean, it isn't, right? It's just they set you in this large area and you're just doing fetch quests, but it's like nothing interesting in between.
Yeah.
What I saw that especially turned me off about that game though was like when they were doing the person to person interaction, the cutscenes. It was always like back over the shoulder. Like if it's Krillin talking, it was like behind him and you wouldn't see what he was saying. Like, I don't know. Like it was like, were they running out of money and they didn't want to pay people to animate mouths and faces? Like
they're just trying to do the show. I think.
It was weird. I was like, that's such a weird choice. Like,
but I think what made me mad was like, it's the same. They did the same story where it's like,
no, of course, yeah, they're just retelling the Dragon Ball Z story.
From the very beginning. Like, bro, like
I think maybe they're also trying to capitalize on the fact that like Dragon Ball Fighters did so well.
Yeah,
and we haven't had a good Dragon Ball game in a while. But like even before that, for a little bit, they've all been like the Tenkaichis, all that stuff that was like in PS2. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't been like other than Fighters, there was nothing of like this generation of like this is a really cool Dragon Ball game. But like I was hoping at least Kakarot was gonna be something like that. Like of course they're gonna have the retelling of the story, but I mean all that stuff falls apart where like you're fighting Raditz and even though you beat him, the cutscene shows Raditz beating you. Like it's just dumb disconnects like that. It's like well, then why didn't you have me lose to him or somehow or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
That looks like.
But the production quality of them not showing the character's face moving when they're talking and stuff, it happens a lot, and it was just like, what is this? Like, I don't know. It just it turned me off. I was like, this looks like shoddy. I do not want to play it, or I'm not going to pay $60 to play it either.
Yeah.
Give it to me on Game Pass, then maybe.
Game Pass. Speaking of Game Pass, except not Game Pass,
Uh-huh.
PS Plus has Bioshock Collection for free.
That's right.
So I got that.
I downloaded that. I want to play it.
Have you?
You've been playing it.
I've been playing it.
Yes,
I played it before. I played the first one and the third one.
You're playing the first one right now?
Yeah. Dude, Memory Lane.
Yeah.
Memory Lane. And dude, even when I played it the first time, and I'm still thinking it right now, I'm like, this would be such a good like series or movie. Like,
Right?
it'd be so good.
It would, man.
Like, for the mainstream audience to see it, like, they'd be like, what? Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Man chooses.
So I'm replaying right now.
So you played part 2 then?
I haven't played part 2.
At all?
No. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3.
So you're first still going through 1.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, I'm having fun.
Yeah, 2
having fun.
2 will definitely be a little more of like what 1 was. But then because it was different developers, a different studio did part 2.
I forgot how crazy it was.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah,
Like, I forgot how, like, because I'm like still in the beginning. So
it's out there, man.
yeah, when you're going through
good.
like the surgical area and everyone's all like super crazy and like they're
hopped up and all the
Yeah.
Adam or Eve. I forget which one it is that calls them crazy.
Yeah, the Eve.
Is it the Eve, right?
Well, no, that's what you shoot in you. It's the.
Is it the Adam then?
I think it's the
know.
Atom.
It's the spice.
The spice. Well, no, I forgot what's cool, but the stuff that gives you powers.
Yeah.
They kind of have a name for it.
Yeah.
Forgot. But yeah, I forgot how crazy it is. Man, this game is really crazy.
That's pretty good.
Really out there, but it's really fun. So fun.
Rick, what else you been watching, playing?
I've been watching Man in the High Castle.
Oh yes, the Nazi.
I'm on the 4th and final season.
How is it so far?
Oh man, it's so fucking good. Dude.
Yeah.
Does it end on season 4 or
Yeah,
Fourth and final season.
Fourth.
Fourth and final season. Correct. I said that.
Heel.
Yeah. Russell
Crowe.
Sewell, I think his name is Sewell. Fucking great job, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Who does he play?
He plays the John Smith, the Obergrubenführer.
No.
He's in charge of the American part of the Nazi Reich. But yeah.
I don't know.
He's fucking awesome. Okay, he's the dude from A Knight's Tale. He's the antagonist.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
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 It's a good movie.
Yeah. Well, he does fucking great in this, man.
Yeah. So I'm about to say I haven't seen
he's
him in
amazing.
anything else.
Yeah. He nails this fucking role so hard, dude. It's really
cool.
great. I've been really enjoying it. I played a little bit of Blasphemous.
Oh yeah, I own Blasphemous on the Switch.
Yeah.
Is that the
What
one
do you
with
think
the
of it?
2D game?
Dude, yeah.
With the guy with the giant head?
Yeah, he's like a big
he's got
triangle.
really-
I got it.
purchased
I think I got it as part of the Humble Bundle or something. I think,
Well,
but I ended up buying it on the Switch anyway.
man, it is fucking great. I
Yep.
am really liking it. It's pretty dark. It's like Dark Souls, like Dark Story. Even the art and everything is fucking awesome. But it's very Castlevania, very Metroid, which I've been having that Metroid itch, and this is definitely fucking scratching that, dude.
I'm with you there.
Okay, this scratches that really fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Because you get the whole map and everything, and you're fucking just going back and forth through areas, and you're trying not to die, because it's like Dark Souls. You die, you lose half of your fucking souls, then you gotta go and reclaim them, and then fucking... It's good, dude.
So it's like a Dark Souls meets Metroidvanias or whatever.
Yeah.
I've on that same note, I've actually been playing similar stuff as well.
Bloodstained.
Yes, I've been playing Bloodstained.
You like that one?
Yeah,
Which one do you like more?
Between what? Bloodstained and Blasphemous?
Yeah.
I haven't played enough of Blasphemous.
Okay.
I own it. I just haven't played it. I watched all these trailers because the other game I've actually... The main game I've been playing right now is Dead Cells. And if you've seen Dead Cells, it's that same kind of pixel art kind of Metroidvania thing. It's a roguelike though. Okay. So there's bosses at the end of some levels and stuff like that. You can get, you get upgrades on the way or whatever, but at the end, once you die, or even on the way, you're spending points to overall making yourself stronger. Because when you die, that's it. You reset. You have no armor,
it's
no
like use
nothing.
Your remaining points to upgrade, say your next run.
Yeah, exactly. Your money, however, you lose money, but if you're putting up points into your upgrades, you can say, hey, when I start, I want to be able to reserve. If I die with more than 10,000, it's going to save at least 10,000. Yeah. And so you're kind of putting points into that or whatever. But overall, a super, super fun game also. Like, it's so weird that we've both been having that kind of itch because, I don't know, I had been wanting to play something like that. And that's why I checked out Bloodstained and both Dead Cells. And I'm kind of hopping between both. I will say the Dead Cells gameplay is it feels tight. Like, it feels really good. Like, control wise, I feel like I don't know. It makes you feel confident when you're playing, when you're attacking.
Like confident woman.
Dude, Blasphemous as well, man. It's almost like where it's easy, but any small misstep and you're.
So I want to get my way to Blasphemous, and the next thing I'm going to do is once I'm done with Bloodstained and Dead Cells, I want to hopefully hit up Hollow Knight, because I hear it's the same thing. It's also roguelike.
Yeah, I heard Hollow
It's also
Knight's
like a
pretty
Souls-like or whatever. And I'll probably check out Blasphemous too.
Speaking of video games,
Yeah.
that's not a video game.
Mm-hmm.
I have been reading. I'm halfway through the first Witcher book.
Oh yeah.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
How's that, man? I wanted to start reading them.
Don't. No, just kidding.
Oh my god.
No, it's good. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Geralt is more talkative in the books,
Okay.
which is fun. More of his.
Do you get a lot of his inner thoughts?
No. There's a narrator, and it's because there's a narrator, so it's not him doing it. It's the narrator talking about everything that's happening and then what the characters say, or how they're kind of feeling at that moment. So, so it's cool. I like it. It's really good. It's
Are you reading
different.
the first book,
Yeah.
Blood of Elves?
No, it's not the first book. The first book is The Last Wish.
Is it?
I was also thought it was Blood of Elves.
Because they have like the
that's why. Because I asked for Christmas. I'm like, can I have the volume on Amazon? It has 1, 2, and 3 on it.
Yeah.
It's not 1, 2, and 3. Because I had to search. I'm like, I'm seeing another one that says The Last Wish. That's the first one. So I had to like Google it, YouTube it, and I figured out. Yeah, The Last Wish is technically the first book.
Is it written? Does it happen first in the timeline? Yeah. Is it like?
It happens first in the timeline.
But the first book is technically Blood of Elves, like
I
volume
guess.
wise
I don't
or whatever.
know. I don't know how they. It's like The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, but it's the TV show. It's the first season is The Last Wish.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they decided what American company decided to do that.
What?
Yeah, because they're doing the gin, right?
Even the I think I know what you're talking about with the red covers.
Yeah.
The red backs. Even
it's got,
those
like, red and
backs are
white.
or the pictures on them. It's like pictures from the game.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah,
don't
it's like the Game Witcher stuff.
But it
on
doesn't correspond to what's happening in the book.
Okay.
So it's just a weird overall. I don't
Weird.
know what American company decided. Let's do it like this.
I think it's because of re-release. I don't know.
don't
When
know.
I
It's
saw
really
those books
weird.
too, I was like, I don't know if I should get these. I want to get whatever the original ones look
Well,
like.
the original ones are in Polish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly. But I don't know if they were re-releasing these because like, oh, look like the Netflix series. I'm pretty sure there were already American ones before the Netflix covers or whatever were out there.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't like them. But they're so it's good. It's obviously it's different. It doesn't. So I forget the Bard. What's his name?
His name's different. It's Dandelion in the books, isn't it?
I don't know. But so far he hasn't shown up.
Okay.
So like he's not a part of the story as much as the show
what
is.
was it? I haven't seen Jaskier. Jaskier. It's with a J, but Jaskier.
Yeah. So like the first story it starts off with, it actually starts off with the king and his daughter is like the monster in the castle.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the first story in the book.
Okay.
And then it does something else, and then you get to which is the first episode of the show, which is Strigobor and whatever her name is.
Renfear.
I think her
God,
name's
man, I'm
different.
surprised I didn't remember these because this was all like early January. I'm surprised it stuck. Let me ask you something. So all these like little, I know these episodes when I was watching them, I'm like, oh, these are all kind of these little contained stories and stuff.
Yeah.
So like in this first book, definitely some of those like it's multiple things happening in those books also. Right, you're talking about Strigobor.
There's definitely there's different stories in place of time, but they're in different orders in the book.
Okay.
So it's like
how many books are there?
There's there's like 5 or 6. I think there's 5 or 6 because there's Last Wish, and then there's Blood of Elves. I forget the second.
Sword of Destiny is another one.
Sword of Destiny.
I forgot the other one.
There's another one, but then there's like the one that recently came out called Lady of the Lake, and another one after like one in between, which I think this one's still like part of it. I think the Lady of the Lake is kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's not a whole bunch, and I think it kind of does end. It's not like this super long overarching series, as far as I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But so far, so good. Really enjoy it. Cool. It's an easy read too.
I did want to get reading those. That was a weird sentence. I did want to start actually reading those, but Rick derailed me and showed me a new book I should be reading.
The Wheel of Time.
Nope.
No.
Oh man, I think I want to start reading that now.
New. This is in a similar vein to what The Witcher was.
The Way of Kings.
No.
Have you seen that book? Brandon Sanderson?
Yeah.
It's this thick. I bought it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude.
I want to get into it.
No, actually, I've been reading Elric of Melnibone.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah. No. I'm like, yeah. No. Which, I mean, I'm still early in the first book, but it's basically been said The Witcher was, taking some inspiration from Elric of Melnibone. There was also I think like a graphic novel that came out like in 2014 of it. So, I mean, obviously art has probably been out there, but this one was called The Ruby Throne because that's the throne of Elric there. And this is, the art to it is really, really good as well. It's like modernized or whatever, but it's kind of out there too, as far as like nudity and stuff or whatever. But I mean, the book so far has been really, 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 really interesting. I've been reading it every now and then, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it, man. I don't know if you know Elric of Melnibone stuff. Don't. Well, I mean, like the white complexion of like The Witcher, right, and stuff like that. Like he gets that from Elric. Elric has white hair. He has crimson red eyes. He's got real like
he's albino.
Yeah, he's an albino. So he's got super super like fair bone colored skin also and stuff like that or whatever. If I can give you a quick synopsis. Just a quick synopsis.
Okay.
Just from what I know of so far. So this kingdom, he's a sorcerer king in a line of many before him. They are not human, but human cities are encroaching on their territories and stuff like that. And so some people, especially his own cousin, think him weak for not punishing them or for not conquering and using their might.
Well, he's Melnibone, and
yeah, I said they're not.
Well, the reason I'm saying is because their race is fucking cruel as shit. Like they're just mean and fucking brutal. So Elric is not really like that. He's kind of like the oddity where he's different, and he's more I wouldn't say compassionate, but like more what's the word I'm thinking?
Well, I mean, like his wisdom and intelligence has him favoring that,
like more accepting of other things, of change and shit like that. Not so single focus minded on being a dick.
And conquering or whatever, using your strength and your might to lay waste and conquer other lands and stuff.
So like even his own people see him weak when he's just like smart as shit.
Yeah, his own cousin too wants to be a successor and what looks to probably going to be someone who betrays him in the books and stuff like that or whatever.
It's so fucking good.
It is a really, really good read, man. Also, I would say maybe a simple read as well. It's not too out there or anything like that. But I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's really, really good.
Cool.
And it's definitely something I suggest checking out. The only thing is, it's not one of those that's easy to find. You won't just walk into Barnes & Noble and find it. No.
Yeah, they're a little scarce.
Yeah, you mentioned, right, that the author kind of handled the rights to that stuff kind of poorly and stuff.
The audiobook rights and shit. He handled that really bad. So, like, there's only, like, I think 2 out there, and then there's, like, another 2 that are by a different company that are, like, not as good.
I mean, Elric started off like The Witcher, where there were just like short stories in like magazines and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So in a way, yeah. That's why there are, like, at some point, yes, there are volumes of books or whatever, but all these short stories and stuff that accompany it, that are part of it. I mean, they're all there. As far as knowing the timeline, well, since I'm in the middle of it, I'm still gathering that myself.
And then the reading order is fucking weird as shit too, because Michael Moorcock wrote those like out of order, different years. Really? So if you read them from like book 1 to like whatever, right, like 9 or whatever the shit, or 7, it's like a really weird backlash because his writing kind of goes. You can see like some of his older, books that he had written, which were like book 2 and like book fucking 4 or whatever are written in like a way better than his other ones and shit. So you see his writing style evolve.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Witcher's good. Good
Witcher's
book.
good.
It's different, but it's not super different, so it's good.
Cool.
Just like the first season. Not a lot of Yennefer yet.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm halfway through the books. That's what I'm saying. It's like different.
Yeah, no, even in the first 2 Witcher
Yennefer.
games, there was not really much of Yennefer. I think maybe
Not a lot of
second
nudity
one,
either. There's not like nude scenes.
Yeah.
But like I say that because like Game of Thrones, like it's even in the books where it's like very obvious, like they're naked and they're doing this.
Yeah.
Speaking of books and nudity, I finished Lord of Chaos.
Nice.
I finished
Wheel
a
of
Playboy
Time.
magazine.
I finished a Playboy magazine before this.
Book 6, Wheel of Time, Lord of Chaos.
Oh yeah,
Nudity. In
are they
that
done?
one.
You said there's halfway. You're halfway
I'm
through.
halfway. Yeah, there's 14
They're
books.
done, right? They're 14. Done at 14.
Yeah, they're done 14. Almost halfway.
Jesus.
I kind of want to start it,
It's a lot of
Dude,
books.
it's
but I need no. The thing
It's
is,
great,
I have that problem where I buy books and I haven't read it yet. It's not like a whole.
I have
collection
also have that
of
same
books.
problem,
I'll tell you
Caleb.
this, man. This fucking series it's going to be an undertaking, dude. It is a lot, dude. I mean, each fucking book is like this fucking thick. It's huge, and but it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And the show's going to come out, man.
Interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So much stuff to read, watch.
Read,
Play.
watch, play.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah, it really is, man.
Magic systems, nudity. There's a bunch of nudity in there. A bunch of boobies.
See, but you're not.
Skimpy
No,
clothes.
but when you say it though, like you're
No,
not
dude.
watching
I
the
am-
nudity.
no, man.
You're just reading the
Dude.
description of it.
Dude,
I know.
it is described in detail.
Like I was kind
bro.
of saying it
I know.
jokingly, but like
It's described in detail, man. I don't
okay,
know,
all
bro.
right.
I can vividly fucking picture Nynaeve's fucking titties, the way they describe them.
okay, all right,
Okay.
All right.
okie dokie, artichoke.
Her fair boobies were resting upon her. Just like that's all. Like
I mean, they say like she'll cross her arms and she'll rest her tits upon her fucking arms there, and she's wearing like super fucking cut.
I guess-
showing shitload.
I guess
of
that's
cleavage.
why like those like romance books that are like targeted for women. Like I guess that's probably why they work. Because I mean,
Well, that's just porn, dude. It's just smut.
no, it's
That was
they're
just old lady
romance.
smut.
They're romance.
No, it was old lady smut before the fucking internet. That's what those were. This is not that. This isn't smut, motherfucker. This is fucking class. All right,
Class.
tasteful.
These are classy boobies.
tasteful nudity.
All right, all right,
All right.
all right. I get you, man.
I'll
get there eventually.
It's never done in a way where it's like grotesque or fucking like in a super sexual way or like rapey.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get there. I
Described of how
still,
beautiful they are.
as soon as I'm done with Elric, I'm also reading Dune,
Dude.
and I want to get to The Witcher.
How far are you on Dune?
No, not that far in
I
because
like
I've
your
been
cover.
focusing on Elric.
I like your the cover.
Right,
of the
it's
book.
cool, dude. It was
Yeah, I
really
like that
really cool
cover.
cover.
But I also
man.
bought mine because
I
of the
wanna pick
cover
that
too.
cover up.
Yeah.
Because like a cool hardback
the
black.
Dune,
Yeah.
I like those. So yeah, eventually I'll get to Wheel of Time. Bro.
Dude.
I got to get there, bro. I got so many things pending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah. A lot of things pending.
Anything else y'all been watching or playing?
I kind of started jumping back on Overwatch recently.
Oh yeah. I kind of
I
dipped
played
my toes in
Overwatch
that
a little bit too.
Yeah, I kind of missed it, man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 coming out.
That's right.
I think that's why. I mean, if anything, that's why a lot of people are kind of getting back into it
So
because
that's
2's
gonna
coming
be
out.
like that's gonna be a co-op-y, right?
Yeah, kind of like
It's almost
I'm
like
confused on it too.
I still am.
I heard it's like the same game but updated, but like the first game is still gonna have things like still going on.
So I think what it is because the game now has a bunch of like where you do these other like events and
Yeah,
side
like
stuff.
they just had the Chinese New Year event,
and they
I
had
was
all
part
these
of
cool
that.
things. And I think they're like, you know what? Let's just make an entire fucking second game where it's just co-op, where it's PVE.
Which,
So it's
which
mostly
sounds
gonna
fine
be
to me.
like-
Like some of the events they've
Yeah.
had, they had all these kind of single player or not single player, but these co-op focus kind of events or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think they basically let's do this but on a bigger scale.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like the Junkrat town or the Junker town, whatever the fuck it was called, or the Halloween event,
Yeah.
where you're fighting all the fucking robots and shit like that, and it's like
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
working
yeah.
together to try and.
Well, yeah, there
pass
was
that.
one
Yeah.
back in Christmas where like you were a bunch of maize and you were trying to defeat
You had a snowball, right? The one-shot snowball kill.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it was also like you had to. I forget the. Dang it! I'm gonna be so embarrassed. The gorilla's name. Winston. He's like the abominable snowman, and like it's a bunch of maize against a Winston, and so that's what the event was.
Like a 5v1.
But there's like story ones where it was like, hey, this is the story of Blackwatch before Overwatch or whatever.
Right.
Racist.
Yeah, and so they were dressed like different. They were like almost like police riot kind of gear, like basically like you were fighting the uprising of those like robots when they were coming and stuff like that. But it's like, hey, only these 4 people. Like you're not just picking whichever character.
Yeah.
This story, this little event is focused around these 4 guys or whatever. So those like I think it was like Soldier 76, Reinhardt, like they all. I think it was
Reinhardt's so cool.
They had like different like this decked out gear for that event and stuff. It was pretty cool.
I have a question. Who's your favorite tank to play?
I got asked that and I said Roadhog and they gave me shit for it.
Boo!
He's like, he's not a real tank.
You know what I hate about him?
I'm like, he's a fuck you, man.
I can't play him.
Fuck you,
anytime anyone
Chris,
else plays him,
you piece of shit.
No.
Roadhog is a tank.
Got called out.
He is. Why is he not a tank?
I don't know. He's not a real tank.
Is it because he doesn't block? Is that the reason?
I guess. I mean, I'm like, well, technically, he does his job. He absorbs damage, right? And he's there being a nuisance. He can heal himself.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Roadhog is like...
How? And whenever I do it, I can't kill them instantly.
It's like, oh, shut up, man.
You got a shotgun, and then you have to melee, and then as they're running...
Or even like, if they're far, you got that right click, so he shoots from far away also.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and so
saying.
he's not all close range, so he can still do a little bit of damage. Always,
can't play
he's
him.
far away.
Can't play him right.
He's good, man. You just gotta hit it right.
So
good,
you say Roadhog?
I say Roadhog.
Who would you say is your favorite tank?
I like Reinhardt, man.
Yeah.
I like charging people and the shield.
I like the shield too.
I feel like my shield breaks too fast.
It does now, man. Now that I got super nerfed, so that's why I'm kind of like, I'm kind of leaning more. I like Roadhog too.
Yeah.
But I like Winston too.
Yeah, Winston's good.
I like the AoE of Winston. You know.
I think for me it's between Reinhardt and Diva.
Diva's good.
Because I played her so much.
It's just doing her whole combo of like, oh, I got a jet and eject and whatever.
I could do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to press Q.
That you have to press shift, jump, Q so that it goes up in the air and whatever. Like
that I can't do. I can shoot it straight at you and explode, but I can't like.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's what I try to perfect is the like when you're jumping so that it's like going upward and still hitting like everybody, whatever. It's fine.
I like her. She's
Roadhog for life.
True.
Anything else you've been playing, man?
Oh, Batman, Arkham Knight.
Oh, I've been wanting to play Arkham Knight, man.
Oh, yeah, because you haven't gotten to all of them, right?
Yeah, no. So I was halfway through the second one, but I was like, I fell off at some point.
Arkham City? Oh, dude.
But yeah, Arkham City.
Finish the story at least. Oh, it's so good. The story's so good, and then Arkham Knight, I'm just like...
Yeah, especially with the car now and everything, and like it looks so cool.
It's so fun.
I want to get around to that eventually.
I played the first two.
Dude, play Arkham Knight. Come on, guys. I have it. I can bring it.
I own it digitally. It's installed. It's ready to go.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, if you didn't, I have it.
Yeah.
Physically.
We'll probably... Yeah, it's on my PS4. So I'll check it out eventually.
Well, yeah, it's because I got tired because I played Star Wars so much. And then my son, he watched me play games. So he's like, Star Wars? I'm like, all right, yeah. And then I don't know how the transition happened, but he was like, oh, he picked out my games and he found the Batman and Arkham Knight. I'm like, yeah, it's Batman. He's like, oh, okay, Batman. I'm like, all right. So then I plugged it in and I was like, well, let's play from the beginning. And so every time when we come home, he's like, Batman. I'm like, okay. So I just play a little bit of Arkham Knight. And that's the first, or that's the only one that turns into rated M. Mm-hmm. The rest are teen.
Rest are teen. Okay.
It's fun, dude. Well, I really like the story.
Is there boobs?
No, just really.
It's really good character models.
Really actiony, it's more violent and a lot of cussing.
Yeah. You might like Jedi Fallen Order because it's basically it's a Star Wars Souls game essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun. I was telling him, I don't know if it was last podcast when I was like, is this game harder than it? Or is it
I think you did.
Do I just suck? Like I don't understand. Is this game hard? Or do I suck? Like
one of those where like the animation and all that stuff matters or whatever. So
I played a little bit of Sekiro?
Sekiro? Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah. Dude.
Not twice.
Just twice.
So I got stuck at Lady Butterfly.
At what?
Lady Butterfly.
Okay. I mean, I never played that game.
Dude, it is fucking good.
Yeah, I hear it's good.
But there is no difficulty.
Slider toggle.
That game is just one difficulty.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And if you can't get past it,
You're...
Yeah.
so I'm kind of stuck at Lady
Sorry to hear that.
Well, guys, we're on a timer here because eventually PS4 games are going to be like...
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true because I know this should have been in headlines, but
PS5
stuff is going to be backwards compatible with PS4
Is that
stuff.
same with Xbox One?
I believe so. They said they were working towards backwards compatibility as well.
What's not Xbox One? What is it called?
Xbox
X,
5?
Series X?
X Series X. Yeah.
One.
So they're both going to have like backwards compatibility built in, which I think is great because the fact that it didn't this last time sucked. Because my PS3 messed up. I can't play my PS3 games anymore unless I'm going to go spend another couple $100 on a
They remaster every game anyways.
I know. I'm like, well, I have to hope I'm going to. Okay, I'll rebuy these fucking games.
I was playing the remastered of Metal Gear on my PS3, and my PS3 fucked up, and I couldn't finish. What was that one that came out on the PSP?
You're talking about Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Metal with the P. Gear Recoded.
Starts with the P.
Chain of Memories.
Chain of Memories.
Dream Drop Distance.
I'm just gonna Google it because I'm gonna be so mad if I don't know it.
I know, dude. It's bothering me.
Metal Gear Prince of Persia.
No.
Metal Gear.
Peace Walker.
Of course.
Peace Walker.
Yeah, I was halfway through Peace Walker when my fucking PS3 fucked up, and then
so then
I got to finish the story, and then they made the new Metal Gear, which was basically
Peace Walker
retelling Peace Walker, but in a better way.
Is that Metal Gear 5?
Phantom Pain, yes.
Phantom Pain, yeah.
Phantom Pain.
And then that one's hard because doing it non-lethal is hard as fuck, but that's how I play on Big Boss.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Caleb?
So since Cyberpunk got moved to like September.
Oh yes, Cyberpunk got pushed back.
I am gonna wait till like get the PS5 or Xbox, and then I'll purchase it. So I'm like, it'd be kind of pointless to.
Yeah, sure.
Might as well have the updated version of it.
Yeah, which I think they said the first 2 years they're gonna try to cater to making sure that everything comes out on both consoles.
Yeah.
At least this was PlayStation saying that they're hoping their target is to do 2 years worth of like where games are coming out on both consoles before they move to just PS5.
PS4.
It's too early to tell which is better, right?
There's
nothing that haven't been. No,
I read an article the other day and I was looking at the specs.
PC's better.
He's not wrong. But as far as the consoles go, they're pretty much on par, man. With they're using the same the same processor, the same GPU units or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're doing a lot of the same stuff. RAM, they're both doing SSDs.
Platforming now? Did they?
I really hope that's what they're doing.
Well, the thing that killed me last time, which did turn out to not be a big deal, but was that you couldn't trade games to people. Mm-hmm. This was before everything was digital, so it's like it didn't really it was kind of like a bigger deal to me. I'm like, with the Xbox, it was like, oh, once it's in your system, that's it. Like you can't switch it or something like that. Oh. Do you remember that?
There was that period where you were paying like that $10 they were trying to do it through combat rented games or used games where hey, someone already kind of claimed this disc. If you pay $10, you'll get access to it or something like that.
I don't remember, but it was something to where the fact it was you couldn't share games or something weird to that effect. Even PlayStation made fun of them. They're like, oh, this is how you share games on PS4. Here you go.
Yeah, that's right. I remember those.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh, that kills me. If you can't even do that's weird.
Yeah.
And I think I really wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 3, so that's why I was like, PS4. And it just came out.
I think they were giving them crap because they were trying to do always connected on the internet, always.
Oh that was the other thing too.
All digital, no disc.
Yeah, and for me that wasn't a big deal for me. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I don't care. I don't need the internet.
They definitely capitalized on the bad moves Xbox was doing at that point, man.
Yeah,
they shot themselves in the foot a little bit. Also coming out more expensive than the PS4, they gave them a foothold, man.
Oh yeah, it's still too early to tell, which is kind of weird. No, we don't know anything about either of the systems.
So E3's coming up. PlayStation PlayStation has actually said they're not going to be at E3.
Weird, no?
Yeah. I think they also did the same thing last year. They kind of did their own thing off-site or something like that. So now they're like really not going to be at the show.
But when is E3?
Usually like in June, I think.
Well, see, that's super late.
Yeah.
So don't you think we'll get something sooner? To build
maybe
the hype?
Maybe. I know PlayStation, they do their state of play stuff or whatever where every quarter at least they're kind of doing a thing. But like Nintendo Direct, right? Like they're having like this digital thing that you can watch that tells you all about their stuff, which really just kind of shows the signs of the changing industry because even E3, like a lot of the stuff about E3 now has kind of been a little shaky because I think they're having an identity crisis where they're trying to be a trade show first and then like a community, like a PAX second. Because this was like the second or third year now where they've been like letting the public come in and experience it. But then now it becomes like a community thing where what you're gonna have for these people other than waiting in lines, So they're going through that kind of identity crisis. Meanwhile, PlayStation's like, we're out. Konami already was like, now we're out. Nintendo, they're like, well, we're not going to do press conference stuff anymore. We'll still kind of be there at the show, but we're not going to do our press conference at the show or whatever. We're just like last year, I think it's just all Zelda stuff.
So it's kind of becoming useless.
So
kind of like Comic-Con.
So that's that. Yeah. So for a lot of people, that's kind of been the thing where like, oh, dude, like what's happening to E3? Like this is like the video game event of the year, other than like the Game Awards in December. And now, just recently, Jeff Keighley actually said he's not going to be hosting anymore either.
Damn.
Jeff Keighley pulled out, and he's usually like the steward, like
Did he pull out in time?
The host.
Apparently,
because there might be not any more, E3s after this. Caleb, who knows?
Well, but I'm saying even San Diego Comic-Con, like people are pulling out of that too. Like it's like its own thing. So why do they need Marvel or Star Wars? Why do they need those there if they're gonna have D23? Like in 2 months after that.
And that's what sucks because I know like for them it's probably like hey, well we save a lot of money not going to this thing. Yeah. But at the same time, like going to a thing where there's all this stuff available. Convention. Yeah, like that's kind of like going away a little bit, and that's kind of like scary.
Yeah. So interesting, but when do you expect? Because I don't know, I don't remember. When do you expect we start seeing more of?
I bet like PlayStation's probably gonna have a thing. I bet you they'll do something right before E3 just to get ahead of like all the news that's gonna come out of it.
And
Xbox said they're gonna be at E3.
So they'll probably
and that they're gonna have like a deep library of stuff to show or whatever. Okay. So I'm sure we'll probably get more info out of it there. Because they got to prep for a holiday release. So they'll give you most of the big deets on during the summer, and then get ready for pre-orders in the fall, and then release around that period or whatever.
Cool. Do you think they're gonna be $4.99?
I bet they're gonna be $4.99. I bet you they're both gonna show up at $4.99 because right now,
because they're kind of like debating like who's gonna put the price out first, right? I heard something about that.
And they're showing the cost. So PlayStation 5s right now cost them $450 to make. So like naturally they're gonna probably shoot for the $4.99 mark or whatever, because the next be like who can get the most exclusives and all that. It's gonna be the services, the Game Passes, the not just the Plus or whatever, but what's their now the PlayStation Now stuff.
That one I don't really care for that one.
Yeah, the next race is that streaming, right? That's why in a recent thing, Phil Spencer of Xbox came out saying, not necessarily as a diss to Nintendo and PlayStation, but when they asked him who he thinks his competitors are, he's like, well, it's going to be like Google and Apple and stuff like that because, see, that's the thing. They're like, oh, dude,
did you hear I think, I don't know if it was that one or the Nintendo guy, like, oh, we don't see them as competitions, Xbox and PlayStation. Like, what? Why do you not consider them competition?
I think they're like in a different league. They're not competing games with like power, trying to do exclusives.
So they keep making Mario games, Zelda games.
Yeah. They're going to stick to theirs.
No. They can't think of anything new. They just play the same song over and over again.
You get your little knick-knack games like Boom Blocks or like whatever where it's just like, oh, we're using technology. We got little boxes. You make little robot boxes with
robot arms,
switch, and and all that stuff.
So that's the thing. Who's doing that?
Who else is doing that?
Just them. They have their Avengers, and they keep playing their songs.
And so that's why Spencer was like, I think our competition is going to be like when.
That's such a lie. Google Stadia is such a failure right now.
I think he said this. Oh no, here's the thing. Google Stadia, the technology for Google Stadia is there. It works. It like they as promised, it works like it's supposed to, as intended.
Yeah.
Their mess up has been just on the services side a little bit, like figuring out what kind of model to place it at, because when they were coming out that it was going to be like a Game Pass where, hey, you pay $10 a month, you get access to all this stuff. No, what they want you to do is pay like full price for games that are already old and out, that you can stream them. And it's like, well, why would I want to do that if, let's just say
it's just an app. It's a subscription.
Yeah, exactly.
More or less.
But the subscription you're paying for is to, I don't know, access their stuff, not necessarily for games. Like, I think the initial purchase was like
to access and then pay to play.
Yeah, essentially.
So essentially, when you pay in the beginning, it's like, hey, I'm buying the Chromecast.
Oh yeah.
And with this bundle, you're getting Destiny, name, blah blah. Right? That was like the big pitch in the beginning. And so you have all that, but then I think you that also included months to $10 a month to have access to streaming that stuff or whatever, right? Play other stuff like the other big names that are like Tomb Raider, right? All the three
Final
that
Fantasy.
came out, Final Fantasy, all this other stuff. I want you to pay for it, and I think that's where they're like kind of like messing up, because it's like, who is your audience at this point? If you are charging, if you want these technologically savvy people to play these games, but who don't have a console, really good internet, it's like, like the Venn diagram of who is this for?
Yeah.
It just becomes less and less when you're saying, hey, this is not for you, this is not for you, this is not for you, this is not for you. It's like, who the hell is this thing for?
Yeah.
It's not for me, because I treated it as like a Game Pass. Where like, oh, cool, I can, even if you're not really downloading, because the Game Pass you download. But in these, it's like, hey, you have our library of 100 games, pay $10 a month to stream it. I'd be like, hell yeah. Let me try it, But there was even like a Reddit post recently that Stadia had gone like 60 some days or more, I think, of just without any kind of community updates, without any like additions to the service, like nothing. So it's like, what the doing over there? You know what I mean? And so Stadia is not the technology. It pretty much works as intended for the most part. It's just what doing with the money side of it is like, what are they doing?
I haven't heard things about it. It's kind of funny that he mentioned like, oh, we're in competition with Google. I'm like, how? Yeah.
So and at the time too, I don't know if he said that before the launch or after or whatever. What he is essentially saying is that it's basically a services war right now. It's not like our console's better than yours, because they're already on par. They're about the same. Most stuff is like third party anyway. They'll have a couple exclusives, so will PlayStation or whatever. But the way Phil's seeing it, it's us, the people who make video games, against the people who are trying to bring it to non-gamers. So Google and Apple bring games to non-gamers, right, or whatever, with their Apple Arcade and stuff like that. Hey, $5 a month, you can play all these little games or whatever.
No, not worth it.
So that's the way he sees it as. Like, hey, I don't think Sony is my competition. Is it like we're kind of like on this side?
But why release it at the same time as the other one?
I mean, they haven't given a date yet.
They're literally,
I don't know.
but they're both releasing in fall.
Yeah.
So it's like you're literally a competition. Who's gonna? There's gonna be articles.
Competition's healthy though, right?
Yeah.
Because then it drives more sales for the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think I'm just saying it's funny that he doesn't consider them like, it's like, no, it's clearly your competition. Console, but what do you want to choose?
Yeah, I didn't read the exact quote, but I think if they were telling him who do you think is going to be your real problem or your real thing, I think he's looking at it at a bigger lens and saying, well, look.
Well, he's a liar, man. Okay, I don't believe him.
Okay, Caleb. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing, but
it's interesting.
So hopefully more of that's going to be said by E3.
Forever from now.
And then
so long. June.
That's like
so long from now. I'm gonna have
March, April,
I have
May,
a second kid by then.
I'm
gonna have a birthday by then. I'm gonna be out of school by then.
Yeah, you will, and you'll have all this time to play, Caleb.
It's true.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that kind of about wraps it up for what we've been playing, watching, reading, doing.
out.
I'm gonna rap you out.
Like literally, give me a freestyle right now.
Oh, I can't freestyle.
Give him a beat.
Yeah, I wish. Even on the spot, I would not be able to come up with a rap. But I appreciate your. Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Just the way Naruto believes in his friends. Me.
I've never seen Naruto.
All right, don't. All right, guys. I think that about wraps it up for everything we've been watching and playing and doing. Caleb, Break, thanks for joining me.
Of course,
thanks
anytime.
for being part of the
Anytime,
LoFi, the LoFi Kingdom.
We tried 1 year.
1 year.
One
We reached
year.
1 year.
Woo!
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Oh.